Good evening. Thank you for joining us here on this wonderful Wednesday here at the Dark Side in Sarasota, Florida.
Good evening, everybody.
I'm Paul. That is Eric. Rose is behind the computer,
Hello.
trying not to mess things up
I'm succeeding.
She's doing great.
so far.
Hmm.
As usual, we're going to go over some new releases this week and then hit some back issues. We have some really good back issues this week.
Really
Yes.
good issues.
I'm very excited.
If this is your first time with us, fill out the link below with all your info. We will get your books to you as soon as possible. It's $9.99 flat rate shipping unless you're local, which you can pick them up in the shop.
Hey.
We're all really tired, so that seems to be an ongoing thing these Wednesdays.
like overly tired. Like
Mhm.
I've gone over the hump.
Uh-huh.
Like I've come around.
I think I'm about half an hour away from that tired delirium.
Mhm.
I'm
So
the
halfway through the show, I'm going to start.
I'm the energetic one, and that scares me.
Yeah.
It scares me that I'm the one who has the most energy and is the least tired.
So Loki.
Loki.
Very good.
First episode, really good, really cool. Lots of cool stuff. Looking forward to it.
Just
Need some paperweights.
Owen
just
Wilson, man.
Joyous.
Yes.
Just, oh god. Like the 60s, like
Mhm.
bureaucracy kind of thing. And then the little cartoon,
The
fantastic.
cartoon was great.
So happy.
I kind of love that it's like my description of the TVA is Judge Dredd if it was set in the 60s.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
It was just I just enjoyed it.
Look forward
was
to
great.
it. Can't wait. Every week. I wake up extra early.
And I
Make
haven't
myself extra tired.
I haven't been following like what it's supposed to be about really much at all. I'm just gonna enjoy
Just
it.
going in blind. Yeah.
Hiddleston and Wilson are an incredible double act. That's all I'm
They
going
are
to
good.
say.
Oh, Andrew Lily's here.
Andrew.
Do we want to talk about the other exciting thing that just happened
Yeah.
like 20 minutes ago?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think so. Do you
Uh,
have it?
No, it's locked up.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
good.
we
It
were
is
told
a
to put
lot.
that
I
away.
thought maybe you were gonna.
We just got delivered one of our CGC books, possibly one of the most iconic key books in comic book comicdom. Eric,
X-Men number one.
I just want to make sure you could say it out loud.
I
He could utter the words.
because I was like, I was asking Hunter as we were bringing it back to Paul, which was it? And she lifted up the paper, and I didn't even have to see the full cover to know what it was, and I was so excited.
Yes. Yes, we just got in a 4.0 restored. Somebody over the years tried to restore the cover. 4-point graded CGC X-Men number 1.
Yeah.
If you're interested in it, wait for Brian to come back from vacation and you can haggle with him.
Mhm.
Yes.
It was just very cool to be able to hold it. All right. Shall we continue with new releases?
Indeed.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. First up, I got a double dose of friend of the store, nicest guy in the world, Andre Moody. Maniac of New York, number 5, the final issue of the first arc. Good conclusion. Really like it. I think we have 2 copies of this left. But we do have more on order. And then a number 1 from Andre, written by Paul Tobin, Bunny Mask number 1. New title. We are completely sold out except for this one copy. I do have more on order. So if multiple people want one, we can set them aside for you. Once we get them in, I rushed the order, so it should be in hopefully by Monday. If the latest, probably be Wednesday. But yeah. I love his washed out watercolor.
Yeah, his art's gorgeous.
Yeah, the covers, these are not books I'm going to read because they're not my cup.
Andrew would like that copy of Bunny if possible.
Absolutely.
Enjoy,
Do
Andrew.
that.
We're going to leave it up here so other people can see it. And then we'll pull it for Andrew when we move on to our back issues. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's creepy. Has a really good twist at the end of this first issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
I'm
But there
glad
was
you
a
liked
really
it.
cool variant cover, which was just like it was like a cutout mask.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, issue 2 has another one, so
Sweet.
it's gonna be cool. Eric.
Yeah, I thought DC Pride was pretty good. So this was a series of short stories. There was 10 of them in total, celebrating Pride Month. The thing I really appreciated is that it wasn't just gay, lesbian, and bi characters. You also had trans and non-binary characters who often are left out of representation.
They are.
So you had Dreamer from the Supergirl show. What was really cool is she was written by her actress.
She on the cover?
She is the one. Yeah, she is the one right behind Poison Ivy and Harley.
The blue one.
Yeah.
Some guy came in today, bought 2 copies of this because his daughter is like best friends with that girl.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, I don't know who that is.
That's super neat.
There was a lot of really good stories. You know, this isn't the most earth-shattering of stories, but they were all a great time, and I really enjoyed reading this.
That's cool.
But I mean, it's not. Compared to a handful of years ago, when something like that would never even
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Agreed. It's a big deal, and as Mark Andreyko discusses in the introduction here, he didn't write a story in here, but he did write the foreword, which is good because, you know, for those who may or may not remember, when the Love is Love special happened a few years ago, Mark Andreyko was the man behind it who sort of organized all the talent. And like I said, I enjoyed this. Wide range of characters and wide range of writers. My only issue is that some of these characters don't show up as often as I'd like, but it was nice to have them have outings here. Like Renee Montoya is currently back to being a cop again, which I don't enjoy very much. I wish she was told a question. I love Vic Sage, but she is my favorite question.
Yes, she's a very good question.
This was a great, like, there was not a single story in here that I did not enjoy.
That's good. I'll have to give it a read. I didn't have time. It was the last on my list.
I think, though, like, Steve Orlando's was probably my favorite.
Very cool. Very cool. There was a really great variant cover. I think we still have 1 or 2.
Yeah, we still have a couple.
Of...
The Jen Bartel cover is gorgeous. It's of Ivy and Harley.
Yeah. All
Going on to another DC book.
Yeah.
Justice League Last Ride number 2. Justice League, after being broken up, after Batman and Superman hating each other for many years over an incident that happened, they are brought back together to save the life of Lobo.
What a weird thing.
It's been really good. This issue you get more backstory on like what happened, why the rift happened. But it's really good.
I feel like Lobo would be insulted to have people try to like save his life.
He loves it. He's just like, no, you guys should let me. I can take care of myself. Like, come on. And he like loves the idea that like the Justice League is helping him.
Yeah.
And like it's not him. Like he doesn't want help.
Yeah.
It's the Lanterns that are like, we need to save his life.
He just think it's funny.
Written by Chip Zdarsky. You probably heard his name on here once or twice.
His Daredevil run is excellent.
Yes. Most things he does is at least very good.
I love his Howard the Duck.
Getting an omnibus soon.
Yeah, it's probably not as good as the Steve Gerber stuff, but it's still good.
Different eras.
True.
All right. Next up, Eve number 2. Really good. Just as good as the first issue, I think. It's got a really good creepy like chase sequence. Like this being like a pretty much a kid-friendly book.
Like the limits of kid-friendly.
It's like a good 80s Spielberg.
Yeah.
Like kid friendly, like a Goonies, where it's like it's not talking down to kids.
Okay.
But it's nothing like the Goonies.
No.
Nothing like the Goonies.
Not that type of story, but that same type of age range.
It's not kids, goofy, silly. Like it's it's realistic. Well, as realistic as it can be. But yeah, good creepy sequence in there.
Oh, she's so brave.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. While still being like just a little kid.
Yeah. It was like 10 years old. It's really good. I think we only have a couple copies of the variant left, but this is another one. 15 minutes after being opened, like I went and rushed ordered because people were grabbing that. People were grabbing Bunny Mask and Maniac. One thing I could not get reordered was the Web of Spider-Man because everybody's after that.
Because it's reselling for like $30 online because it's the first appearance of the kid from Iron Man 3.
But yeah, like our early people who they're good at like specs.
Yeah.
Like they know Eve to be one of those.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm under ordering. Like I ordered 10 of those, 15 Bunny Masks. It's just that word travels.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up is Geiger number 3, another very good one. Anybody? No. I feel like this is the week of backstory because everything's getting backstories this week. You get a little more backstory on the man known as Geiger. It's really cool. There's a really almost heartbreaking sequence in it. You're just like, kind of like makes you cringe because you're like, oh, that's sad. Really good, action-packed, great artwork.
Thought it was good.
Good stuff from Jeff Johns.
Oh, I didn't realize that was Jeff Johnson.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Next up, six sidekicks of Trigger Keaton.
Hey.
Easiest name to say.
6 sidekicks of Trigger Keaton.
Yep. Like I said, easiest name to say.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. It's fun.
I liked it.
Tell me, like, give me the elevator pitch for what this book is.
It's essentially,
Okay, so like the
what's his
super
face?
washed up TV star who's like
What's
Chuck
his-
Norris
that's the
and
name.
Clint Eastwood mixed up.
Yeah,
It's very Chuck Norris.
and his Karate Commandos.
His
yeah.
co-stars throughout the years.
Good.
He's found hanging in his apartment, and it's ruled a suicide. But his like one sidekick is like his sidekicks are his co-stars from previous TV shows. The one dude's like, that's no, like this is not the beer he drinks. Like
There's all this stuff, but
hand
it's like
marks.
he's got these 6 previous sidekicks, and the way that he acted, he treated basically all of them terribly.
Mhm.
So I think we're going to come to find out, like, they all have had motive to have done it to him.
That's really interesting.
But it's like a fun whodunit set in Hollywood.
It's a Hollywood Murder on the Orient Express
Yeah.
based on Chuck Norris.
And
Sounds like a good time.
It's fun.
there was a sequence like I laughed out loud, like, and I was surprised. And it's interesting.
It's fun.
It's different and
It is.
new. And,
I'm glad it was good.
It's lighthearted.
yeah.
It's not. It's. I mean, outside of like the subject of like suicide, which like there's a whole panel where one of his sidekicks is like,
Yeah.
he like it's this goes like the whole thing is like gives the suicide awareness hotline number.
Oh.
and,
But like
it's just
in world.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it's like the real number.
that's good.
And I mean, I like the Trigger Keaton character, you know, in the flashbacks. He's
Do
like
you?
a scumbag,
Do you like
but
him?
not as much as scumbag.
He's Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
It's
What?
just Chuck Norris.
No,
That's all
there's-
it is.
There's some Clint Eastwood in there.
I know there isn't. Clint Eastwood is an artist.
Okay. Gosh, cheers.
Artiste.
Yeah.
Move on.
Next up, Excalibur 21.
So yeah, this is one of the issues of the Hellfire Gala event, of which we have 2 representatives on the polar ends of this particular row. So this was another really solid issue. It ties into stuff from Marauders 21. Like, before you read anything else in the Gala, make sure you read that one. It sets everything up nice and well. This one's exciting to me because it sort of teases that we're going to get the characters Pete Wisdom and Gloriana joining Excalibur full-time after this particular issue. And there was an unexpected moment of violence that had me go, damn, that they did that.
That's the best kind of violence.
They did that.
If it wasn't the current X-Men paradigm, I would have been very upset, is all I will say. Because, you know, the thing that happened isn't a reason to be upset in X-Men right now. But normally I would have been like, how dare. But it was great. Particularly characters who are getting some fun character development are Betsy Braddock, Richter, and who's the other one? Gloriana. And also, this is the issue where we say goodbye to Rogue.
Rogue, you say?
As she, the deal with her, I'll explain a little later.
Okay.
But we say goodbye to Rogue in this issue.
Well, bye, Rogue. Hello, Good Asian, number 2. Just as good as the first issue, continuing on the intrigue of the murder mystery, Chinatown, 1940s, 30s.
30s.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is so high on my list. It's sitting on my desk. And I ran out of time. But this is so my
Did you read the
thing.
first one?
That is also sitting on my
Okay.
desk.
It's really good. It's really well written. It's very good.
I recently realized, I forget which story he wrote, but the writer of this actually wrote one of the stories in the DC Festival of Heroes one
Oh,
shot.
cool. Very cool.
I can't for the life of me remember which, but he did write one. I want to say it was the Connor Hawk one.
Yeah. I mean, this is all I've read from him, and I thoroughly enjoying it.
It sounds good.
Like historically, the 1930s for Chinese Americans,
Mhm.
not great.
No.
No.
Yeah, well, when you do read them, like the last 3 or 4 pages are historical essays. You're gonna love it.
I'll read it tomorrow.
Next up,
I
we
can go
got
right
some
now.
Heroes Reborn.
We got a triple header. So we got number 6 featuring Princess Zarda, aka Power Princess.
This is the only one of them I read this week. The main story, that's all I've been keeping up with. This was awesome.
Yeah, I didn't like it as much as him because there's a lot of alcohol use, which is not my favorite, but it was a good story regardless of
It
that.
was very good.
So when I was reading this, it brought to mind the quote about how when you need to finish a war, when you need to do well in a war, you get some superhero. When you need to finish it, you call Wonder Woman. Now that quote's not to imply that she's super violent and kills everyone, but this character is if that's what that quote actually meant.
I can see that. Although she tends to turn them to stone.
She
A
did
lot.
literally say that she wanted to start a war at one point.
Yeah,
though.
she did.
She was bored.
Yeah, she was bored and she wanted to start a war. Spoilers, because the whole series is the Avengers we know and love, remembering who they are. This is the Thor issue.
Yes.
And it's great because you see Thor in the first issue and he's sitting at a bar drunk and he's drinking, and then you realize that his Stein is Mjolnir.
Yep.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Meow, meow.
Meow, 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 meow.
So it's just to see 5 issues later to have him show up again. That's really cool.
And the next issue is sort of when all the Squadron Supreme characters come together, and then the conclusion of the story will be in Heroes Return.
Is that the Punisher?
It is.
Why, yes, it is.
So this is the Suicide Squad book of Heroes Reborn, with Elektra, who is a government assassin, putting together a team to go attack an installation that is trying to change the world back to how it was. So the team it's Elektra, Punisher, Murder Hornet, Crossbones, and Cloak. Cool. And maybe someone else?
Maybe.
I really enjoyed it. I'm not a fan of who they had be the Waller stand-in, but I otherwise quite liked it.
Like Amanda Waller?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gwen Stacy as Batgirl. This was really good, and I liked it because it treats both the mentally ill and mental health professionals as people and not monsters, because the Batman or the Nighthawk issue plays into that, and it's on purpose. It's not doing it because that's what Jason Aaron thinks. It's sort of playing with those ideas that show up in Batman stories. And this is sort of the issue that pulls it back a little bit, because Gwen Stacy, when she's not Nightbird, is a psychiatrist at Ravencroft, and she actually cares about these people and wants to see them be better. It's a good story. I love it. interesting take on the Jackal, I will say. I was not expecting who it turned out to be. Yes.
I saw that movie in the theaters.
I know.
Paul, you see a lot of movies.
I used to. Proctor Valley Road, number 4, Grant Morrison. It's just so fun. So fun.
Does it still not read like a Grant Morrison comic?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Like, it's good, but it's like not as like it's a fun period piece about girls being haunted by a witch. Like, it's just fun. Like, it's not like Grant's normal like intellectual style. Like, it's just a fun book.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear. I'm probably going to pick this one up when the trade hits.
Carmen, number 4. I think this reads like issue 5 is going to be the last one. This is, if you've been reading it, like, it's heavy. This is a little less heavy, but still it's just good. Just read it.
Glad you're enjoying it, Paul.
Like, yeah, like, I don't know what else to say about it. Again, being the series is almost over, so I don't want, like, I'm to a point where I can't say anything without spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a beautifully illustrated and colored book, and wonderfully written. It's very sincere. So we're gonna finish up with Eric's X-Men.
A saga ends. A team reborn. A goodbye said. This is the last issue.
He's been practicing that all day.
No, just the last
I would
minute.
see him in the corner.
So this is the last issue of this volume of X-Men. Because next month in July we will get X-Men #1, and this sets up the new team. I don't feel like I am spoilering it by telling you who the new team is, because it has been public information for 2 months.
I like that both of us have said spoilering tonight.
So the new team is going to be Rogue, as I alluded to with the Excalibur.
Rogue, you say?
Yes. Rogue, I say. Indeed. Rogue, I say indeed. So it's going to be Rogue, Sync, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Sunfire, Polaris, and the best Wolverine, which is to say Laura Kinney, not Logan. I really enjoyed this. It definitely read like Jonathan Hickman saying goodbye to the title as much as anything else. He's not saying goodbye to the X-Men as a whole. He is just saying goodbye to writing a book called X-Men. Because this fall comes Inferno.
Are you okay?
That's it?
All we know is that we don't know a lot about
Is it a sequel to the 90s Inferno?
No. 80s Inferno.
80s Inferno.
But no, it is not. It is implied that this is going to have something to do with Mystique and Moira McTaggart, but other than that, you know...
It'd be cool if it was Dazzler.
That would be fun.
Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All we know is that this is continuing the Hickman X-Men theme of taking old familiar names and twisting them into something different.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably not going to have much to do with like Madeline Pryor and Demons and Mr. Sinister. This is probably going to be a very different book.
My turn to make a wrestling reference. Disco Inferno, most underrated wrestler of the 90s.
Hey.
Yeah, Glenn's okay.
He's great. He's one of the smartest backstage guys around back in the day.
That might be true.
Why do people watch this show? We're just a bunch of idiots.
I told you half an hour ago I was half an hour away from being
No. There's only one idiot on this show. You two are not idiots. Do not self-deprecate yourselves, please.
As I self-deprecate.
I'm the only one allowed.
Some good books this week.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
Again, I'm going to pull Bunny Mask for, was it Andrew?
Yes.
Like I said, I've got more copies coming, so hit us up in about a week. Let us know tonight if you want one set aside for you, and we will pull it. It's a really good, good book.
Like,
if you like creepy horror, It's good.
Paul Tobin, Andrew Murray, like those are names that are blowing up
Mhm.
pretty quickly.
Yeah, Andre's got another book coming out in like two
I
weeks.
don't get how he does it.
It's a book with Colin Bunn, who's not a nobody.
Not a nobody at all.
It's probably just a having more time due to COVID thing, maybe. I mean, like how Mike Mignola's been putting out 1 billion books.
Stop spoiling our fun.
Question. Okay.
Asked him. We
Yeah.
saw him last week.
We
2
did.
weeks.
It's been 2 weeks.
Has it been 2 weeks?
It's been 10 days.
Oh yeah.
At his table at the convention, he had like a hockey mask done up as Harry.
I love it.
All right, let's look at some old books.
Old books. Let's do that.
This week, we actually happened to find a good little batch of Batmans. So, for everybody who is sad that we never have any DC books, we got some this week.
I mean, I noticed that like last week we were like very Marvel heavy.
Batman 183, graded out of 3. Second appearance of Poison Ivy. The cover is, I think the top staple is through, so it's loose. Part of the reason that it's a 3, so $30 for the second appearance of Poison Ivy.
And also the millionth appearance of Batman being a jerk.
Yes.
It's alright, it was the 60s. He was allowed to be a jerk. Alright, Detective Comics number 402. Second appearance of Man-Bat.
That's awesome.
Graded out of 3. It's just in rough shape. You can see the spine there. The corner is missing. It's a great cover, though. $18.
What Batman like clenching his jaw, like jutting his neck out or something? I can't really see it. Yeah.
He's a little hunched over because he's scared of bats.
Yeah.
That's his origin story. He's scared of
We all
bats.
saw Batman Forever.
Oh.
There's rumors that the director cut might come out, which is supposed to be like actually creepy. Alright.
We should do a screening.
Giant size Spider-Man number 4 featuring the Punisher. Eric, is this the third or fourth appearance of the Punisher?
So we aren't actually sure because you know what everyone's favorite thing is with comics? When 2 comics with the same character come out the same week.
Well, that's not the issue with this one.
Oh, is it both?
It's no. Well, no. Technically, this is the 4th full appearance of the Punisher.
Okay.
It is, if you go into the Overstreet price guide and other sources, it's listed as the 3rd because there is, I forget what Spider-Man issue it is, 134, I think. It's the one with Tarantula on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
The Punisher's in there. It's a full appearance of the Punisher, but nobody lists that as being a full appearance of the Punisher. So
Weird.
it's like a voided appearance. And the following issue is listed as his second appearance. And so this, depending on who you look at, this is the 3rd or 4th.
Interesting.
Punisher.
I didn't realize that that's what it was.
Also, Spider-Man is stuck in barbed wire, and that looks very painful.
Oh, he was just wrestling John Moxley. It's fine.
And Punisher's just like laughing at him. It's like, it is also the first appearance of the Punisher's battle van.
Good.
Very good.
Has Microchip shown up yet at this point?
No.
Okay.
Also, my favorite name. This is like the best, like blaxploitation character. Moses Magnum.
Oh yes. I know that name.
I don't know that character, but man, if he showed up in a Dolomite movie in the 70s, like it would make perfect sense.
I just know him because on the X-Men podcast that I listen to, one of the co-hosts loves Moses Magnum.
Don't have a clue. It's just a great name.
It is.
Next up, Brave and the Bold number 58. The second appearance of Metamorpho.
When I saw that, I was very excited. I love Metamorpho.
I love it when characters are like amalgamed like this.
Yeah, it looks so good.
That's graded out of 7 for $40.
He was ready for when DC and Marvel temporarily became one company because he was already an amalgam.
Already amalgam. More Punisher. War Journal number 1,
Ooh.
rated at an 8 for $15
You know how I know that Christian isn't here?
because he's not commenting.
He hasn't claimed that or
Well,
the.
he already owns like.
Oh
4
yeah,
copies
he's
of
gotta.
Oh, okay.
I was happy to share with Christian the other day the news that John Bernthal is reportedly coming back to be in the Moon Knight series. So
Interesting.
that's partially why I'm excited to have all these Punisher books up today.
I saw right when you posted that, and I was like, "Oh, Christian,
Yeah.
he's gonna be so excited."
This is a fun one. Adventure Comics number 287. I've got it graded at a 5 for $50. It is the first Bizarro versions of Jimmy Olsen and Perry White.
Huh.
It is also the first appearance of a Kryptonian named Dev M. I don't know who that is, but he is. I love this. He is characterized as a Kryptonian punk.
Yes.
So, $50, graded out of 5.
Now I want to hear like an album of Kryptonian punk rock.
They play crystals. It's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, it's kind of like just when you do like those goblets,
Yeah.
Yeah.
differing things of
Yeah,
water,
they do that, but they're just slightly out of pitch.
and like a kind of a theremin.
All right. More Brave and the Bold, number 50. First team up between Green Arrow and the Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter is one of my favorite underrated DC characters.
And this was so old, it wasn't even called the Martian Man.
No, he was the Manhunter from Mars.
He's my second favorite Manhunter in DC Comics.
It's my first.
After Kate Spencer.
Got that graded out of 4 for $35. It's in relatively good shape for a 4. It's a good 4.
Yeah. The cover looks decent.
Batman number 235. The second appearance of Ra's al Ghul.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Great horror cover. I've got it graded at a 6 for only $55. I would think that, it'd be a little pricier.
Yeah.
But I love the tactical thing, like putting his cowl in the water so he can. It's like putting your shoe behind a curtain,
Yeah.
playing like hide and seek or something like that.
Same thing.
Same thing.
And this would still be Denny O'Neil, so that's cool. I love Denny O'Neil.
Right. This was a fun discovery. Captain America 126, graded out of 4. You can see like there's a little tape up there. Not in the best shape. $15, but it is the first time Sam Wilson wears the Captain America costume.
Hey,
That's sweet.
Yeah. Pretty cool. $15.
Yeah, I remember when you were showing that to me the other day, and I was like, I didn't know that happened.
And got a little more Sam Wilson. This is Captain America number 118. Got that graded out of 5, and this is the second appearance of Sam Wilson.
Damn.
Only $27 for a 5.
Y'all should jump on that.
Yeah. Pick it up before Captain America 4 comes out.
Yeah.
interesting choice with the coloring on the cover in the back. Like with
Yeah, the red and the green and then like the blue. Captain America 107. Graded at an 8 for $60. It's a great cover.
Here lies Bucky.
You've got Red Skull up here. You've got Hitler down here. What else do you want? Really great condition for this book.
there've been similar covers, like with him, like lost in his memories, and they do kind of like that blue beige.
Yeah.
Back.
There's, I think this was part of like 3 issues where the covers were very similar.
Yeah.
All right. Lastly, over here, we've got giant size adventure comics, Legion of Superheroes. This is Adventure Comics number 403. It is the fan designed costumes. Fans got to redesign the costumes of Legion of Superheroes. They're also doing the same thing with Supergirl at the same time.
Sweet.
This is graded at an 8 for $50.
B9 to Dalton.
It's in really good shape. B9. There we go.
Thank you, Dalton.
Also, hi, Dalton.
Yes, hello, Dalton. All right, we're going to fill that gap with something I was a little surprised to see because I don't see it very often, and especially I always thought this book would be more. Where's my Sin City fans?
Hey.
Sin City #1, first issue of A Dame to Kill For,
Oh, nice.
first issue of Sin City, rated at an 8 for $15. I could have swore this book would be $50 at least.
Apparently not.
That's one that, like, that's, 20 years ago, I would die to pick that book up. And now, maybe I will. Not die, but
Yeah.
pick it up after the show.
How many issues of Sin City were there?
I don't know, because each story was different lengths.
Okay. But it wasn't just like a handful of them. Like it went on for a bit.
Yeah, it's probably it's a lot.
I think 8 or 9 stories with 5 to 6 issues each.
And there's been a couple of like one-offs.
Mhm. Excuse me.
Good old books
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we have some awesome stuff so far.
That's just getting started.
Yeah.
We are just getting
Yeah.
started.
There are some good books tonight.
Yes.
But yeah, kind of went through this pretty cool. I have to do math. Hold on.
Math. What kind of math? Phones have calculators.
Yeah.
No.
Keep on.
I didn't want to.
Tony just says Dark Horse Presents. I don't know why.
Dark Horse Presents was the featured the first glimpse of Sin City. So this is the first issue.
Indeed.
I think the first Dark Horse Presents, not the first Dark Horse Presents, but the first Sin City in Dark Horse Presents, I think is pretty pricey.
I believe it.
All right, let's see what Eric has over in his corner. Let's look at all of those X-Men books that are most definitely going to be there.
Paul accidentally fulfilled his threat from last week. Almost. You slightly failed in your threat.
It was completely inadvertent.
First up, we have Captain Marvel #1, the second appearance of Carol Danvers, the third appearance of Captain Marvel, and the second Ronin. I did not know that, actually.
Yeah.
Wait, the Accuser or Hawkeye as Ronin?
Accuser.
Oh, okay. Ronin the Accuser. Okay.
Yeah, the one that makes sense.
Yeah.
In that story.
I just wanted to make sure. We have this at a 5 for $50, so that's exciting. Then we have Captain Marvel #2, so the fourth Captain Marvel, the third Carol Danvers, and the Super Skrull. So that's fun. We have this one at a 6 for $25. We have Captain Marvel #3 at a 7 for $25. From the Ashes of Defeat. Or Super Skrull, I think. Because, the Kree and the Skrulls, they fight a lot. They love fighting. We've got Captain Marvel #4 at a 6 for $20. Which has Namor, everyone's favorite Imperious Rex guy.
Which I believe they just officially cast him for Black Panther, or they're rumored to have cast him.
That's sweet. Namor may or may not show up in one of the X-Men books this week. Hint, hint, hint. We have Captain Marvel number 5. So we have the first 5 issues here, which is really cool. We have these at a 4. We have this one at a 4 for 13. The Mark of the Metazoid. I prefer the Synthezoid myself. I like Vision more than I like this weird brain guy.
So you say brain guy, and I just think of Mystery Science Theater.
Oh, you were intended to. Lastly, for the Captain Marvel stuff, we have Captain Marvel number 33 at a 7 for $30, and this is the origin of Thanos. So if you like Thanos, if you like Captain Marvel, if you like Jim Starlin, this is a great pickup for you. Now I strike, and now you die. The power versus power, its power versus power. Thanos, the living titan. I guess he wasn't the Mad Titan yet.
No. He's just slightly perturbed.
Yes. Oh, this is a really cool one. We've got Amazing Spider-Man King Size Special number 5.
Oh yeah, this is important. This is key.
At long last, the parents of Peter Parker, because this is the first appearance of Richard and Mary Parker. So this is the first time we see his parents ever.
Yeah. Something I didn't realize was that apparently Red Skull is the one who had his parents killed.
I believe it. We have this at a 5 for $35.
I don't think of Red Skull, worrying about Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, it's because his parents were spies.
Wasn't everybody's parents spies?
Yeah.
Fair point. Next up, we got King Size Special of Amazing Spider-Man number 4.
Christian says he loves us, but he's so busy.
I love that question.
Don't worry, Christian. We're going to sell all the Punishers.
At a 4 for $30. So, Paul, you want to explain your note here?
Well, it depends on what my note is.
Third Mysterio in
Oh,
bookmarks.
yeah. It's listed as being the third appearance of Mysterio, but then you look at it and you do the research, and his first and second appearances, he's in costume in previous Spider-Man issues,
Yeah.
Spider-Man number 2 and Spider-Man number 24. So it's like, really, this is his first appearance, but it's retconned. It's an
Okay.
old school retcon that he was been lurking around Spider-Man.
Interesting.
Yeah. It is
That's weird.
interesting. Like, it should be his first appearance, but
That's
they
super
decided
weird.
to be like, no, he's been hanging out.
That's so bizarre. Next up, we have the first appearance of the most important Avengers villain, Avengers number 46 at a 5 for $20. The first appearance of Whirlwind of the Masters of Evil. Behind this mask of metal lurks the sense is shattering Whirlwind. Fasten your safety belts, true believers, because Ant-Man is back. And how?
Anyhow.
The agony and the anthill.
Wait, keep that off for a second. Show the look over you. I love disembodied heads like that. Just
That's fair.
love it.
That's what she does on the weekend. She just goes around decapitating.
Yeah, it's why I have to keep my windows locked.
Mm-hmm.
My weekend. Sunday I'm here, and Saturday I'm here, and then Sunday I recuperate from the last 6 days by decapitating.
Exactly.
Decapitating.
You use the fun of decapitating people to de-stress.
They call me the praying mantis.
I
Do
believe
they?
it. Ooh, this is a fun one. Next up, we got Avengers number 54 at a 5 for $50, and this is 2 important ones. The first
Oh, yeah.
cameo of Ultron, and the second appearance of Dane Whitman, aka the Black Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Say, isn't he in a movie?
maybe.
Yes, he's in the Eternals movie.
I know that was the. I was waiting for you to tell them what it was.
Oh, I was waiting for you to tell them what it was.
I was waiting for it to be over.
Oh.
Soon enough. Soon enough.
Next up, we have Avengers number 59 at a 3 for $15, and this is the issue where Hank, the worst man on the planet, Pym, becomes Yellow Jacket.
I like that he considers him the worst person on the planet when there are literally people in these comics murdering people.
Hitler 5
Hitler
minutes ago.
was just right there.
Okay, but they weren't on the planet at the same time, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think that was part of your statement.
Okay, the worst person on the planet at that moment in time.
Red Skull was still around.
Okay, touche. I just don't like Hank Pym, okay?
I like Michael Douglas.
Oh, I like Michael Douglas's portrayal of Hank Pym. Anyways. Next up, we have 2 copies of the only X-Men book on the show, I believe.
I think so, technically.
We have X-Men number 4
But we have 2 of them.
from the second volume, yep. At a 9 for $45, and this is the first appearance of Omega Red. So if you're a big 90s X Comics fan, this is a must-have.
It's going up week by week. People are selling it higher and higher.
Higher and higher. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. But yeah, cool stuff.
We're just flying through some books, so we'll give this a minute.
Yeah.
Yes. With Omega Red, there was speculation that he was going to be in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and now people are saying that he's going to be in Black Widow, which I think is why the book is going up and up.
Probably.
It's interesting. It'd be interesting if he was like the first like X-Men character to show up.
Yeah. I'm still holding out for Rogue in the Marvels.
Rogue, you say?
Yeah. Rogue, I say.
That was 3. Can't do more. Can't do any more than that.
That was 4, actually.
I don't really listen to all of you.
We know.
You shouldn't.
What?
You have more important things to do than listening to us while you're doing this.
We got
Yeah.
some old school Captain Marvels, a couple of ASMs,
Mhm.
Avengers, and next book. That's a solid lineup there.
It is. It is indeed.
I like that cover on C7. Like that hypnotic green and yellow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Leave it to the Red Skull.
Yeah. Red Skull is like an interesting villain symbolically, but I do not like a lot of stories that he's in.
Well, the thing about like going back through comics history is that like a lot of stories are not that great.
Fair.
Like they may have cool things in them, there may be cool characters, but stories were not written very well back in the day.
You know who would have been a better person to kill Spider-Man's parents?
Who?
Winter Soldier. Just why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
He should just I think every character with dead parents, it should be that Bucky did it.
Yes,
Mhm.
including Batman.
Yes.
Whoa.
I agree with you that the X-Men as a whole aren't coming anytime soon, Joe Isaac, but I think we'll start to see 1 or 2 characters in the next couple of movies. If not something more blatant in Multiverse of Madness.
Otherwise, what's the point of buying Fox?
Yeah. There's nothing else from Fox that matters even a little bit. That was a joke. That was a joke, Paul. Paul, we do this thing on the show called humor.
I don't know what that means, sir.
I know. It's a problem.
Let's go on. Where are
All
we
right.
going?
Let's go over here. First, somebody picked up some books from our first display, so I'm going to fill in a couple of those gaps.
Okay. Oh, I went to the other one.
Yeah, no, go back.
You want this one?
Whatever, you're there.
Oh.
We've got Defenders. Marvel Feature presents the Defenders. Graded out of 7 for $45. Marvel Feature presents number 3. We've got the Invincible Iron Man number 54. The first Moondragon as... I think we have the other one later on. This is the first appearance of Moondragon when her name was Madame McEvil.
Which I love.
Love
Yes.
it.
I prefer her when she's Moondragon, but that's the funniest thing ever.
The cover does have a scrape across the top. Looks like somebody's dog scratched it,
Aw.
but it's still $45. Tales to Astonish number 62, Giant Man and Hulk. First appearance and origin of the leader, rated at a 5 for $50. Fantastic Four number 42, graded at a 6 for $50. I suppose I can fill in that other hole as well. Got a fantastic cover, Doctor Strange number 60. Got Dracula and the Darkholders on the search for the Darkhold.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very, very excited about this cover. This is the cover of the Darkhold Omnibus soft cover.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Does Doctor Strange tell Dracula to follow his heart?
okay.
Any comic that does not have someone telling Dracula to follow his heart is worse for it.
No, that's a thing.
$20.
So that's Monica Rambeau, right?
It is.
Yes.
What is she at that point?
She's probably Captain
Yeah, that
Marvel.
looks like her Captain Marvel outfit.
So, I mean, you got the Darkhold, you got Scarlet Witch, you got Monica Rambeau. That's a very WandaVision
Yeah.
group right there. And Doctor Strange was going to be in it, but they decided to take him out. No word on if Dracula was in any version of it.
I mean, it was Halloween.
We've got another one for $13, graded out of 6. Iconic cover, which I would wear as a t-shirt if they ever made one.
You can just submit images to make into t-shirts, but you also have too many t-shirts.
I really don't.
You do.
Well, not that I wear. All right. Shall we move on before I kick the camera again?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Avengers Annual number 7, graded at a 6 for $35. This is the death of Warlock, Pip, and Gamora.
Aw.
And it is the first time all of the Infinity Stones show up. $35.
Nice. Which is your favorite Infinity Gem?
The green one.
Okay.
King size special Avengers number 2. First appearance of the Scarlet Centurion. And the third appearance of Kang.
Sweet.
It's graded out of 5 for $40.
Real quick on short stuff, if you didn't see that message, B7 was a 5.0 for 50. I know I can't respond to your comments on YouTube.
King size special Avengers number 1.
Ooh, sweet.
Graded out of 6 for 40. No keynotes on this one, just
a good old time.
A bunch
More
of
disembodied heads.
Yes.
D12 claimed.
D12. Wow. I haven't even got there yet.
Tony.
Tony is banned.
Tony, you like there's a right here. I have it graded out of 7. Just flat get that pressed. It's gonna be beautiful. That'll take it up to a 9. All right. All Star Comics presents the legendary Justice Society of America. This is the first cameo appearance of Helena Wayne as Huntress.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that that's what that was. That's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Tony had said that was a hard find.
The Bloodstone?
Yeah, it's not one you see very often.
Yeah, it is not. I don't think many copies of that were printed. It's not the Munsters, which I did look for, but I do have Addams Family number 1 from Gold Key. It's graded out of 3. It's rough shape, but $35. It's definitely not going down in price anytime soon.
I love the cover.
Yeah, because we have not talked about that on the show,
No.
about the fact that they just announced a new Monsters movie by Rob Zombie.
You know, the best film.
What?
Which is going to be something.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I now realize that I had heard it,
Yeah.
but I haven't
Didn't
processed.
process it.
I didn't process how just what?
Yep.
Who was like, yes, let us get Rob Zombie to make a
Rob Zombie.
Oh, that's fair.
He was like, I will make this.
Has he made a comedy
He
before?
probably owns that car to begin with.
That's fair.
Has he made a comedy before?
No.
Okay.
Technically, no.
I see what you mean.
Technically, no.
Not on purpose.
D5, is that the number one?
Yes.
That is the number one.
It is the
Andrew.
first issue. It is the first appearance of them in comic book, not comic strip, because they were a comic strip.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the classic gold key books.
With those original designs. So good.
Again, it's graded out of 3. It's in rough shape, but it's never going down in value. Next up, All-Star Squadron, number 47. This issue gets you the secret origin of Dr. Fate.
Very cool.
I got it graded out at 8 for 15. You know, with Pierce Brosnan attached, there's no way this is going down in value.
God, I forgot that's who they cast as
Oh.
Dr. Fate.
Also, can you see who did the cover?
Matt
Oh,
Farley.
nice.
So again, this is not going down in value.
Toddy boy.
D6.
Thank you, Joe Isaac.
Here's a more modern book. I got a couple more modern books down here. Brave and the Bold, number 33, by J. Michael Straczynski. This book is a tie-in to The Killing Joke, where Zatanna has a premonition about what's going to happen to Barbara Gordon, but she can't interfere. So they just decide to have a ladies' night. She's like, I'm going to take you ladies out for drinks.
This week has just been so much. I need some Pinot Gris.
It's in excellent shape. I got it at a 9 for $30. It's an interesting little side story to The Killing Joke.
That certainly
Eric,
sounds
you
like...
don't like The Killing Joke. We don't need to hear it.
I was just going to say, that sounds like something that JMS would write. That's all. That was rude.
I'm sorry, Eric.
No, but I do like those when they do kind of like concurrent things of like, oh yeah, this is a big deal, but let's have our own time right now.
Yeah.
It makes me think of the issue after Inferno. Like, I'm sorry to bring this to X-Men, but the issue after Inferno is basically the same thing of right after Inferno, all the X-Women are like, we're just going to have time for ourselves.
I think there's an episode of Quantum Leap like that too, where they couldn't change anything, so...
It's like,
Anyway, Batman number 244. The Demon Lives Again. Graded at a 7 for $70.
Oh, I love it.
The Return of Ra's al Ghul.
I just...
Great
chest
artwork.
hair.
Yeah. This is prime Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams.
Great team.
Great team.
You know,
Probably the best team of that era.
I personally don't enjoy Batman. However, the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams stuff is stuff that I will read because the writing and the art are good enough that I can move past my issues with that particular character.
But that book looked pretty familiar.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones I pulled.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rose helped me find books this week.
Yeah.
So some of these she pulled out of boxes.
And it's very cool.
This one, we got the first appearance
I know
of
how numbers work.
Black
Yeah.
Mask.
Y'all found some good stuff.
Graded at a 7 for $40. First Black Mask. I didn't realize that the mask was carved from his father's, what do you call it? I shouldn't coffin.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
just
That's
had a
cool.
Halloween brain fart.
It's kind of like Cubone. Kinda.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely
I
correct.
don't know much about Pokemon. I know that horrifying fact.
Yeah, Cubone is a scary Pokemon the more you think about it.
All right. Couple key Scott Snyder Batmans. New 52 Batman number 1. the first issue of Scott Snyder's legendary, one of the best runs of Batman of all time. Graded out of 9. It's in perfect condition for $50. It's also the first appearance of Harper Row, who would later go on to become Bluebird.
Yeah, I love Harper. She's great.
And then you got issue 6 of the same run with the best cover. I love this cover so much. This is so good.
I mean this in a good way. This looks like someone's like cosplay, like just concept for their version of Batman.
I would love to see this cosplayed. The importance of this, it is the first full appearance of the Court of Owls. This is when you get the full court. We hinted at and mentioned in previous issues.
There's a level
$45.
There's a level, I don't remember which Arkham game it was. It was Asylum or City. But basically like you fight like the Mad Hatter and then you turn into like
that's gonna be
a
City.
Twisted version that like kind of a rabbit version that looks a lot like that.
Yeah, that's a fun moment in that game.
You just made like because you weren't sure, I just had the brilliant idea of calling something Asylum City. That's all. This sounded cool.
God, you're gonna make some like neo-noir craft punk
Asylum City
zine.
Filling in some gaps, we got Detective Comics 469.
It's electric.
First appearance of Phosphorus Man and Rupert Thorne. $18 for a 7. You know that I love skeletons. Right. In Eric's favorite issue of Crisis on Infinite Earth, issue number 7. What happens in this, Eric?
This is when Kara Zor-El dies.
Got this graded at an 8 for $25. This costume, this was a fan designed costume.
Huh. That makes sense. My action, I do love this issue because it's a very good piece of tragedy, but my favorite issue of Crisis is the one where Barry Allen just nopes out. Where he just runs out of existence into the Speed Force.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
It's only because I have a bad knee.
He just disappears.
I might pick up that Addams Family. That's so cool.
It is very good.
And not the middle one?
No, because there's a
Okay.
It's not the price. It's the content.
It's I'm excited and want to actually get to talk about it before someone claims it.
Why don't we see what Eric's got over there on his back wall?
Yeah. We have some exciting things.
Okay. Let's do that.
What's going on with Wednesdays? It seems like it's another quiet night.
You know, it is kind of quiet.
Did Brian tell people not to join us while he was on vacation?
Maybe.
Well, that's fine. That just means that all of our Saturday people have awesome books to pick up.
Well, you know, Wednesday was quiet, like discussion wise, but then Saturday was crazy.
Yeah, Saturday picked up really well. All right, Eric, what do you got over there?
All right, we got Daredevil number 9 at a 4 for $33. That he may see a tale you will never forget. Come with Daredevil into the Killer's Castle. This is not a particularly significant issue in terms of like firsts, but it is issue 9 of Daredevil, so that's really cool.
That's only the 3rd issue of his red suit.
This is correct. I wonder if that'll come up later.
I wonder.
Next up, we have.
What did he wear before then?
He had like a weird yellow.
The
and
red
black.
and yellow one?
Yeah.
That one lasted a couple issues?
Yeah. Next up, we got Daredevil number 30, guest starring the mighty Thor, at a 5 for $15. God, I love the like way Mjolnir being swung is portrayed on this cover. Like, really good motion here. Next up, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 3 at a 7 for $25, and it's worth noting that this is a second printing.
Yes, second printing.
but it's very cool nonetheless. So if you like teenagers, mutants, ninjas, or turtles, this book is for you.
So not and.
Yeah,
You can like just one of those things.
correct.
Or if you're in the UK, you like heroes and not ninjas.
Right.
I'm gonna actually save this one for the last because it may be
Okay.
beat up, but it's I think the coolest or the most relevant. Next up, we have Astonishing Tales number 25, featuring Deathlock the Demolisher. This is the first appearance of Deathlock. Is he man or machine or monster? You can't know till you've read our fearsome first issue.
I need to start picking up Deathlock. So I'm making good headway with my Ghost Rider and Swamp Things. I need to.
So that one's a 7 for 55. But for the more budget conscious of you, we also have this 6 for 35.
We've got you. We've got you in all ranges.
We like to make sure that no matter what you can afford, we have something for you.
I just did a banner that said high dollar issues coming up.
Next up, we have 2 copies of 26, so the second Deathlock, and the first Warwolf.
Warwolf.
Warwolf? Okay.
Warwolf.
Uh,
Not werewolf, but Warwolf.
at an 8 for 21
love
bucks. And the second copy is a 7 for 18.
John, is that a claim? Pull Deathlock for me.
Which one?
I don't know.
I will bring you all 4 and we can sort that out.
Thank you.
Yep. And then lastly for this one, I wonder if this one's relevant.
Is it?
We have a beat up copy of Avengers number 23.
Avengers number 23. Why is that significant?
I think that's either a 3 or an 8. Because this is the first appearance of Ravonna Renslayer, who may or may not be showing up in a certain Disney Plus series.
Wasn't she already in it?
Maybe. That
Wasn't she the one behind the desk?
Yeah, she was the judge.
Judging?
We have this at a 1 for $10.
One.
It restapled, and what's the other note?
I don't know. I didn't write it. It's restapled, and there's pen on it.
Oh, yes.
On the back.
So it's not in particularly good shape.
It's a 1. Yeah, there's literally there's the original staples right there, and then there's a staple here and here and here. And then the back has somebody just went with a red pen.
So this isn't in good condition, but I can promise you that this is the cheapest copy of this book you are likely to find.
Yes, $10 whole. And it is a Kang-centric book.
Yes.
And if you like that book, if you're like, that's a great issue, but man, I'd rather spend a lot of money on it. We do have a higher grade copy out at CGC that will show up here sooner or later. Who knows with the CGC, but we've got, I think I had it graded roughly at a 6, maybe, if
Nice.
not higher.
Well, I mean, that delivery today,
Yeah.
light at the end of the tunnel, maybe? Or a single match, I don't know.
I mean, yeah. Great book.
Do we want to go to your stuff and then back here?
Just as far as like
We do.
maybe
Okay.
getting things back.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, I got a chunk of Daredevils over here.
All right. What? Now you change it. Keep going. Hold on.
Got issue 169, the second appearance of Elektra, for $20, graded out of 6. I've also got the first appearance of Elektra, graded out of 6 for $45. I've got the third appearance of Bullseye, Graded at a 6 for 15.
Using a gun to shoot a crossbow.
It doesn't have to make sense.
Comics, everybody.
And I love it. I absolutely love it. We're just talking about that great Avengers issue.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the first appearance of Bullseye. Graded at a 1 for $10.
Claim.
Jeez.
I didn't realize that was up there. I'll take it if no one else does.
The bottom staple is loose. Well, I mean, like the whole spine is gone. $10 for first Bullseye. If nobody else is claiming it, Eric's going home with it.
Yep, I'm buying a bunch of my back issues.
131. Got you.
All right. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Madam McEvil, Daredevil 105, the issue where Madam McEvil becomes Moondragon. Graded at a 6 for $20. Lastly, for my back wall, I've got Daredevil 102. This is the first. Eric, you might want this too.
Okay.
You know what this is?
First Stiltman?
Nope.
No, remind me who this is.
It's not a. Well, it is a Who, but it's a different kind of Who.
Okay.
It is the first Chris Claremont in comics.
Oh, you're right.
For $15.
I didn't realize that was his first comic credit.
It certainly is. So why don't we go back to the big money books since we're running low on time.
Yeah. I turned a few more around because there were a few that I'm like, yeah, we want to save these as surprises.
Starting up top here, we've got Brave and the Bold, number 34. Number 34 of Brave and the Bold. That book started in the 50s. This is the first Silver Age appearance of Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Which is super cool.
This is super cool. Especially with what's-his-face as Hawkman. Words. Hawkman in the Black Adam movie. The front corner right up here, somebody tried to glue, and it has been restapled. I've got it at a 2 for $160. Yes, it's a 2 for $160.
Old book, early for appearance of really important characters.
I love this dragon.
Yeah, it's great.
Eric, would you mind? I can't see the TV.
Sorry about that.
Would you like to grab a book?
Yeah. Next up, we've got Batman number 423 at an 8 for 130. This is a iconic McFarlane cover.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I can't deny how great this cover is. Like, it is gorgeous.
We had one on the show at a 9 recently over the past couple months. I forget when it was. That sold for more than that. That's an 8 for $130. That's more than fair. That's probably cheaper than it should be. Next up, we've got Batman 357. This is the first Jason Todd cameo. This is another one of those questionable ones because this is it's either the first full Killer Croc or the second cameo of Killer Croc.
Interesting.
It depends on who you talk to, because you do see a better image of him in this, but it still just looks like he's the gangster wearing a hat.
That's weird.
You don't really see like a full Croc look. We've got that at a 9 for $100 because it is in excellent shape. I do also have one at a 7 for $65, $75. One or the other. We saving the turned around ones for last?
Yeah, let's do that. Next up, we've got Avengers number 100, the mightiest 100th issue of all. Avengers Assemble, and we do mean assemble. This has everybody. It's all of them.
It's every Avengers up to that point.
Yes. At a 7 for $65, everybody. If you can name a character who was an Avenger at this point in time, they're here.
This is one that we've had on the show. It's recently gone up in price. It's graded at a 3. We used to have it at about $70. Now we've got it at 90. It's the one featuring that big old green spray paint right there. You know why this went up in price?
Because it's not spray paint, it's actually part of the art. It's a shadow.
No. Second appearance of Kraven the Hunter.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't realize that this was an important one.
And now that Kick-Ass is
Aaron Taylor
Kraven.
Johnson.
Kick-Ass Quicksilver, that's up to $90.
Sweet.
This. You know, consider this unique because this isn't just random spray paint. This is the paint that the stores use to tarnish the books when they had to get rid of them.
Interesting.
Yeah, good. No, you do that. No, I'll do both of these because I like
Okay.
those.
Okay, fine.
Detective Comics number 400. This is the one we've had on the show before in better shape, but this is still not bad. First appearance of Man-Bat. Graded at a 3 for $50. High price, a high-end copy of this is much, much more. You can see the edge is here. It's not in the best shape. It's also not in the worst shape. It's perfectly readable. First appearance of Man-Bat.
I love Man-Bat.
Man-Bat is great. The recent Man-Bat series was great.
Yes.
Coming soon to a Netflix near you. Conan the Barbarian number 23. First appearance of Red Sonja in comic books.
Cause you just gave me a flashback to DVDs that were like coming soon to a theater near you, or to a home theater near you.
Good. That's what I was going for.
Okay.
Graded at a 6 for $75. It's good condition. I can't say I've seen one in better. I'm sure they're out there. But first Red Sonja.
All right. You do this one, and I'm gonna do these last 3.
Fine. Well, why don't I've been talking. Why don't you go?
Okay, that's fine. So first up, we've got
That's
Batman.
the one that was supposed to be mine. Whatever.
Tired.
We've got Batman with Robin, number 234, at a 5 for $125. This is the first modern Two-Face. So if you like Harvey Dent, it's the return of Two-Face. Twice as evil, twice as dangerous.
Gone for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone for a good decade. And he was also previously known as Harvey Kent.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
That's cool.
It's weird.
It is. Next up, we have Daredevil number 4
Number 4.
at a 2 for $50. This is the first appearance of Zebediah Kilgrave, the Purple Man. Yeah. AKA David Tennant.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. First David Tennant in comics.
Yes.
Graded at a 2 for $50. It's a key amongst keys.
I agree with you there. This one's next. Next up, we have Daredevil number 7
Why is that special?
at a 3 for $175, because this is the first appearance of the red suit.
The red suit.
Unfortunately, page 17 is ripped, which is a
Mhm.
big part of why this is a 3 and not like a 5.
It's not a major rip. Like, it's still intact. It's just you have to be careful.
Yeah. This is a very cool one. And it's got bonus Namor.
The rip is maybe an inch long. It's not a big rip. It doesn't go like halfway up or anything.
Yes. And now the book that I was the most excited for when Paul showed me this. Everybody, we've got Avengers Annual number 10.
Why is that special?
The first appearance of Madeline Pryor, and also the first appearance of Rogue.
Rogue, you say?
Yes. There was a reason that Paul has been hinting at Rogue all night, because we have her first appearance at a 7 for $135. This is also one of my favorite issues, because this is a response to the worst thing that ever happened to Carol Danvers. Avengers 200 is a really gross issue that features some very awful things that I'm not going to describe here. And this is Chris Claremont saying, hey, that was really not okay that you guys did that, because there's a scene where Carol Danvers is screaming at the Avengers, and it's really Chris Claremont screaming at Jim Shooter, David Michelin, George Perez, and somebody else whose name is escaping me.
John.
Yeah. Great issue, really important one, and a classic. And the thing I was most excited about tonight. I'm trying to find me a beat up one because I can't afford that issue, but if I could, I would have already bought it.
All right, let us know if there's anything else you want to see. Well, we still have a few minutes left before we all go home and sleep.
A11.
A11.
Short stuff. Yeah, I'll do that. He comments on YouTube, and I cannot reply to those comments.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. He can go over A4 again, please.
A4. A4, which we got at a 9 and a 7, is the first cameo appearance of Jason Todd, which later gets retconned. So it's really fun when you have the first appearance that gets retconned. And it's also the either the first full appearance of Killer Croc or the second cameo appearance of Killer Croc. It all depends on who you're talking to. But it's got this one graded at a 9 for 100, and one graded at a 7 for. The sticker says 65. I don't know why I wrote 75. We'll do that at 65.
Oh, look at that flash deal.
Yes. It's almost as fast as Barry Allen.
So it depends on who you would ask. Well, if you ask Killer Croc, which appearance of this would be?
I don't know.
Killer Croc would just eat you if you asked him.
I was waiting for you to do a Killer Croc impersonation.
We don't have to.
No, I'm not going to do that. Thank you.
I'm gonna hit every screen.
Yeah.
Real quick. Also, hi Ashby. In case anybody came in late, these are some books you might have missed.
I might pick up that Sin City because, as you know, back and forth as I am on Frank Miller, I do love Sin City. Sin City's great.
I don't think we have time, really.
I mean, we don't. There's not another. Yeah, I wanted that Addams Family. And
Yeah.
Andrew was like, "No, I think I'll take it." And then he made me make a deal with him too. But it's worse.
Dalton is claiming B10.
B10.
And then I was like, maybe I'll get that Red Sonja. No, John Hudson says no.
Second appearance of the Falcon.
I need to look at these books before the show.
You do.
Yeah, I would have bought that Bullseye in a heartbeat if I had seen it before the show.
Those Dalton, yeah, Dalton. Got it.
I'm gonna fill that gap
Phil.
with a book that is really overlooked because I don't think it's been in print in a long time.
Oh wow.
Man, The Cult. Written by Jim Starlin, drawn by Bernie Wrightson.
What a team.
That is.
It is
that
a
is
4-issue series. These are those late 80s thick books. You got 1, 2, 3,
Oh my god.
4. Yeah, so you got Batman with the gun. This is the introduction of the character Deacon Blackfire, who later shows up. He shows up here and there.
I think John Eisen is going to claim that.
Okay, $20, just $20.
Oh, put a 1 in front of it. He already claimed it. He already claimed it.
This is this is on my stack of comics that I need to reread because I read it a long time ago. Found my own copy recently. Been waiting to reread it if it's been too busy.
If I remember correctly, that's actually one of the side missions in Batman Arkham Knight.
I don't I don't know what the story is.
It's
So I
a
can't confirm.
cult killing people, cult leader. You find Deacon Blackfire in the game. You beat him up.
I'm going to fill that up with Tomb of Dracula, another miniseries, Day of Blood, Night of Redemption, by Marv Wolfman, Gene Cohen, and Al Williamson.
Marv, what?
Wolfman. This was another one of those late 80s, early 90s. It's released through the Epic imprint.
Fun fact: Wolfman is the reason why DC Horror had to start crediting writers.
So we got issue 1, 2, 3,
because of the Comics Code Authority.
4. Wonderful painted covers.
Those are gorgeous.
The interiors are not painted, but they're still wonderful art. All this can be yours. $15.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's another one I haven't read in a long time, but it's a good story.
Arik?
Yes. We've got Captain Marvel, number 1.
The camera got messed up. It's fine.
Number 2, number 3, and 4, and 5. So, some early Marvel and early Carol Danvers. Captain Marvel 33, which is the origin of Thanos. The first Richard and Mary Parker. Kind of the third Mysterio, but also kind of the first Mysterio.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I want to know when they retcon that.
Fair. The first Whirlwind, Avengers 46. Avengers 54, the first cameo Ultron and the second Black Knight. Avengers 59, when Pym becomes Yellow Jacket, and X-Men 4, first Omega Red.
The camera was like nice and blurry, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the camera doesn't like me very much.
But everything else is fine. It's just the X-Men is blurry.
Yeah, the camera doesn't like me specifically because it's the X-Men.
Oh,
Alright, you got it, John. You want to hit these real quick?
Sure.
Hold on one second. I'll C6 for you, please.
Yeah.
Got some Avengers king size specials / annuals. Annual number 7. Death of Warlock, Pip and Gamora. First collection of Infinity Stones. Special number 2. First Scarlet Centurion, third appearance of Kang, for $40. Number 1. Nothing key worthy, but $40 because it's number 1. All-Star Comics Justice Society. First cameo appearance of Helena Wayne, daughter of Bruce and Selena, as the Huntress. Detective 469, first Phosphorus Man. Brave and the Bold 33, a tie-in to The Killing Joke, in excellent condition, written by Straczynski. Batman 244, iconic cover. The Demon Lives Again,
That is a really good cover.
$70. First appearance of Black Mask, $40. First issue of the New 52 Batman. First issue of the Scott Snyder run, $50. Same run of books, New 52 Batman, issue number 6. Not only a great cover, but the first full collected appearance of the Court of Owls. The greatest inclusion in Batman in years. And Crisis on Infinite Earths number 7. Say goodbye to Supergirl. $25.
Could I have that black mask, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Go back home.
Oh, also, for those of you who have been waiting and waiting, the third volume of Something is Killing the Children came out today. We've got, I think, 3 or 4 of these left. Easily one of the best ongoing comics being printed today.
Can you find volume 1 or 2?
Finally
Oh yeah.
got volumes 1 and 2 on order after 3 months of not being able to get them.
Yeah, I need to read that.
It's so good. So good.
Paul has informed me it is the kind of horror that I would actually enjoy, so I'm going to read it.
It's story driven, character driven. It's so good. Recently got picked up for a show. Don't know when or where, but it's going to be awesome. Especially if they get Anya Taylor-Joy to play Big Eye Girl.
Fair.
I just tried to do it and strained something, so. That's kind of about it. We're actually a little over time.
We are over time.
So,
That means it's time and a half, right?
yeah, that's what that means.
It
I
means
wish.
all of the books cost half as much.
No,
Yeah,
no.
50% off flash deal. Anything else? Saturday, just like
Yep. Join us on Saturday. It'll give you time to think about the books that nobody picked up. Because we'll feature these and a handful more.
yeah, we'll have some other good ones.
Yes, we will.
I don't know if there are any locals, but just in case, speaking of Saturday, we're also having our first Magic event back, pre-release
Oh.
for the new set. I'm sure there's at least one person that'll care. If you're a local, we're doing a Modern Horizons 2 pre-release Saturday, 7 o'clock, $50. Yeah. Figured I'd bring it up just in the unlikely event.
It's good that, I'm management and I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, we only made it public yesterday.
sure.
There's a difference between public and informing your managers.
That's true. That's very true. I don't disagree with you there.
Cool. Huh?
A3. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're done. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
good.
I'm
Yeah.
done.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done too.
We're so professional here.
It's been a long day.
What was the Batman next to the one I just purchased? Ashby, what did you buy?
Black Mask.
He bought Black Mask.
There's the Ra's al Ghul one, and then there's the Scott Snyder one.
I'll go to your room. No, I won't. Come to the middle.
That one?
I don't know. I'll find out. Just stay there.
Stay
Ashby,
here all night.
is it this one or the Snyder one? Or maybe he just wanted to know. You can put it. It's okay.
I'm
You just
this
admiring
is
it?
like the steadiest I've held a book.
No, you're kind of steady hand. Like, wow. Yes. Would you like it? I'm just gonna deal with this off show. Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
See you Saturday.
Yeah.